What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC, I believe Fight Night 63, correct me if I'm wrong, recap video. I made 7 predictions. I said don't sleep on it, and I thought this event delivered. First up, I did not get this pick. I was 5 out of 7, so I did pretty good. I did not get my first pick. I did not see this fight. It was the prelim. I chose Lauren Murphy to beat Liz Carmouche. She did not. I don't even know how Liz won. So please, someone let me know how that fight went down. If I watch it later, then I'll make a comment or something on the video. But I did not get the pick. Who would you like to see Liz Carmouche fight next? And let me know what happened. Now, into the main event. I chose Dustin Poirier to beat Diego Ferreira, and he did in the first round. This was a competitive first round. They were going back and forth until Dustin landed a shot that basically stopped Diego in his tracks. I'm talking to the face, all face. It like slow motion compressed the face back. Forward motion completely stopped, stumbled back, landed a couple more big shots, got him on the ground and pound. Fight was over. Good win for Dustin Poirier at 155. He says he's going to stay at 155. Apparently, he was starting his weight cutting measures about 2 months out. That severely affects the way you're supposed to train. And if you know me, I'm a big advocate in fighters fighting within 10 to 15 pounds around their walk-around weight. I'm not in favor of weight cutting. There is no safe way to weight cut because weight cutting, in essence, the practice of weight cutting is an unsafe activity. It is an unhealthy practice. Of course, you have Mike Dolce, who's developed a safer way, maybe the safest way to do an unsafe activity. So I am not in favor of fighters cutting 25, 15, 30 pounds. You got Benson Henderson, Conor McGregor. A lot of these fighters walk around way heavy. Again, I'm not in favor of it. So kudos to Dustin for staying at 155. He had a good win. Who would you like to see him fight next? And do you think he can actually make a run for that 155 title? Let me know how you feel. Next up, I chose Clay Guida. Clay Guida to beat Robbie Peralta, and he did 3-round decision in favor of him. I totally agree. Robbie did his most damage in that second round. And you didn't see at the time, you knew that Clay was dripping blood on Robbie's back. But in the post-press conference, my goodness, his face was beat up. He probably has a lot of scar tissue. 3 cuts over the eye, cut under the eye, swollen shut, black and blue, cut on the forehead, knots. I was like, whoa! But he did win. He won at 145. He says he's more comfortable at 155. However, he's undersized. So this is a different situation. It's not like he's cutting way down to make 145 or 145. So what do you think? Do you think Clay Guida should stay at 145 or go back up to 155? And either way, who should he fight next? Now, I chose Juliana Pena to beat Milana Dudieva, and she did. Now, I knew she had a serious knee injury. She hasn't fought since 2013, November. But when they rattled off the injury, she ripped everything you could possibly rip in your knee. ACL, MCL, the quad muscle. She ripped everything. So, wow. For her to come back the way she did with a vengeance. She came back aggressive, of course. I like this girl. She's one to watch, and I've always said that. I watched The Ultimate Fighter. She won all of her fights, finished all of her opponents, and then, of course, won. She came back here. To me, she's picking up right where she left off. Top 10 opponent next for this girl, possibly even top 5. She's one to watch. First round knockout, ground and pound finish, TKO finish. She went straight after her like I knew she would. It was actually Milana who took her down judo throw, which I knew was a bad idea. Juliana quickly got full mount, and this just started to rain down damage bombs. Everything. It wasn't until there was 3 elbows in a row that landed clean, and you saw Milana's life force just go, and the ref stopped the fight. Good stoppage. Good win. Who would you like to see her fight next? She got a fight bonus as well. I like Juliana Pena. She's one to watch. In a shallow division. Now, co-main event, or no, not yet. Next fight, I chose Michael Chiesa to beat Mitch Clark, and he did 3-round decision in his favor. This was a good fight for him. I think it could have been a little bit better. He started to get like submission happy and started to really sell out to try to get that submission, kind of burned his legs out a little bit. You could see with his boxing that he's just getting more refined there with the camp that he's at, which is good for him. He's got all the aggression you could want, all the hunger and all that stuff you could want. He just needs to be finely tuned, smooth out the edges, and keep improving. So, good win for Michael Chiesa. Who would you like to see him fight next? Now, co-main event. I chose Al Iaquinta to beat Jorge Masvidal, and he did. Split decision. Little controversy. The fans booed. Al didn't like it. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, Jorge is clearly the better boxer. It was clear from the first round on. He nearly finished Al in the first round. Opened up a cut underneath the eye that was dripping down blood. We're talking dazed and confused on the ground, on his back, defending, saved by the bell. Okay, so he nearly finished Al in that first round. And then give Al credit. He came back. In that second round, he won that second round. It was like Jorge rested on easy. Like he had did enough in just one round to win the fight. And he's done this before. If you're a Jorge Masvidal fan, you have to be very frustrated with him. He's got all the tools. Al went after it, started working the leg kicks. Lots of bruising on that league leg was interrupting Jorge's offense, causing him to switch stances a lot. He took that second round. Third round was much of the same, and Al just went after it more. Jorge would throw a shot, then he would back up 3 steps. Shot, move to the side. He was coasting on what? I don't know. You just lost the second round. He's a very frustrating fighter, especially if you're a fan of his. So he protested the decision, but not to take anything away from Al, but Jorge could have won this fight. I feel like he could have won this fight. He just rested on that first round, rested on easy. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you think Al won, if he didn't win. Afterwards, the crowd was booing. I don't think they were actually booing Al, but Al took it personally. I think he saw 2 people giving him the middle finger, and he was like, no, F you, except for he didn't say F. I like Al. You know, the camp he comes from, I respect them all, their skill as athletes. They're, you know, the Chris Weidman, Michael Cera camp, they're all professionals, so I like them as athletes, but personality-wise, I actually don't care for that camp, except Al. I like Al's personality. It's raw, it's aggressive, but he doesn't sound dickish. It's humble, but he's like, man, I work hard. His confidence comes from his work ethic. You could see it. And there's something endearing about it. And with that New York accent, I like it. So eventually he'll probably start getting media training because he can't just start swearing like that all the time. But hopefully it won't take too much away from him because I genuinely like his personality. So let me know what you thought of that decision. Let me know what you thought of that fight. Let me know what you thought of the antics afterwards. Let me know. All right, main event. And I was really confused going back and forth on this one. I chose Ricardo Lamas to beat Chad Mendes. He did not. He got KO'd in the first round. Whew, TKO. Now, I said this would be close because they were similar in skill, and it was close for a few minutes, but then Chad caught him. Caught him good. Stumbled him, dazed, confused him. He didn't really jump on it because Ricardo was almost always dangerous, especially with submissions. So he sat back, took his time, kept landing hard shots. More smaller shots, then another large shot. So Ricardo never had the chance to fully recover. Eventually, Ricardo was knocked on his back or on his stomach, on all fours, basically. Chad got on top, raining down shots. He was dazed, out of it, eyes glossed over it, not really defending himself. And so Chad stopped hitting him and looked up at the ref and was like, come on, man. Come on. And the ref stopped the fight. Chad looked up at him, stopped hitting him, put both hands up and was like, dude, it's done. And he said in the post-press conference, he's like, I've been doing this for a long time. You know when the fight's over. He's like, there's no need for me to do real damage on this guy's career. So especially someone he probably gets along with. So let me know what you thought of that fight. Let me know what you think of Chad's interesting position because he's not going to go below top 5. We've got the Edgar Uriah fight coming up. Of course, we got the Jose Conor McGregor fight coming up. We also have Max Holloway and Cub Swanson. I think the winner of that's probably going to get thrown in the mix as well. So interesting position for Chad Mendes. Who do you think he should fight next? What do you think of this featherweight division? Follow me on Twitter at JNellOwens or JNello, JAYNELL. Friend me on Facebook. Let me know how you did on your picks. Let me know any injury updates. Talk to me. Take care and goodbye.